Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Everyone thought it was close until this game happened. In the final matchup of the WNBA season, Caitlin Clark didn't just play, she made a statement. And it was loud. ESPN had Angel Reese at the top of the Rookie of the Year list. That's about to change. All season long, both players have been in the spotlight. Angel Reese, with her imposing presence in the paint and her ability to dominate on the boards, was the frontrunner. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, had a more flashy style. Her deep threes, court vision, and killer instinct had turned her into a fan favorite. But this game, this moment, was set to decide who would take the crown. Clark's rapid rise to the top had been mesmerizing to watch. Her ability to knock down threes from practically anywhere on the court had earned her a reputation as one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, rookie or not. Reese, meanwhile, was praised for her physicality and defensive prowess. Her dominance in the paint had been unmatched throughout the season, and many thought that her strength and rebounding skills would be the deciding factor in this game. But what unfolded on the court was far from anyone's expectations. From the very first whistle, you could feel the intensity. Clark didn't hesitate to make her presence known. Within the first few minutes, she pulled up from deep, beyond the arc, almost Steph Curry range, and drilled a three-pointer right over Reese. The crowd erupted, and it was clear. This game was going to be special. Reese tried to respond, battling down low, but her shots just weren't falling. She grabbed a few key rebounds, but the offensive rhythm wasn't there. Meanwhile, Clark was heating up. After that initial three, she followed it up with a pull-up jumper, then a driving layup in transition. The pace of the game was fast, and Clark was thriving in the chaos. But it wasn't just her scoring. Early in the game, Caitlin Clark made a statement with her playmaking, dishing out assists like a veteran point guard. In one play, she drew in 3 defenders, faked the shot, and made a no-look pass to a teammate for an easy bucket. That's what makes Clark special. She doesn't just score, she makes everyone around her better. Her court vision was on full display, and Reese struggled to keep up. This wasn't just about pure basketball ability, it was about basketball IQ. Clark saw the court like few others. She wasn't just reacting to the defense, she was controlling it. Every time she touched the ball, the defense had to account for not only her scoring threat, but also her ability to facilitate. Reese, on the other hand, was forced to work hard for every shot, every rebound. While Reese is known for her physicality, in this game, she seemed to be running into walls at every turn. Midway through the first quarter, the game was still close. Reese had managed to get to the free throw line a couple of times, keeping her team within reach, but it was Clark who was stealing the show. She hit another 3, this time off the dribble, and the defense simply had no answer. Every time Reese tried to impose herself on the game, Clark responded with something even more spectacular. Reese, known for her ability to dominate in the paint, was being outworked by Clark's sheer tenacity. On one play, Clark grabbed a defensive rebound, sprinted down the court, and, without even slowing down, fired a bullet pass to a cutting teammate for an easy layup. Her vision was on another level. This wasn't just about scoring. Clark was controlling every aspect of the game. By the end of the first quarter, Clark had already racked up 10 points and 4 assists, while Reese struggled with only 2 points and a couple of rebounds. The momentum was clearly shifting in Clark's favor, but the game was still tight. The Chicago Sky held a 26-23 lead going into the second quarter, with both teams eager to take control. The second quarter started with substitutions for both teams, but it was Clark who immediately impacted the game. Less than 2 minutes into the quarter, after a steal from a turnover by Diamond DeShields, Clark drilled a 23-foot three-pointer, tying the game at 26-26. The crowd could feel the shift coming as Clark was just getting started. Moments later, Angel Reese committed a traveling violation, giving the Fever another opportunity to take the lead. Clark wasted no time. Assisted by Damiris Dantas, she hit a 25-foot three-pointer to push the Fever ahead 29-26, showcasing her range and confidence. Reese, on the other hand, was still searching for a rhythm and committed another turnover not long after. Despite Reese's struggles, Chicago's Dana Evans responded with a layup, cutting the Fever's lead to 29-28, but the momentum remained with Indiana. On the very next play, Erica Wheeler dished the ball to Clark, who found an open lane and knocked down another two-pointer, extending the lead to 31-28. Clark wasn't just scoring, she was dictating the flow of the game. At the 6:33 mark, Damiris Dantas hit a 17-foot pull-up jumper off another assist from Clark, further extending the Fever's lead to 30-31. Reese's struggles were evident when she was subbed out after picking up her third personal foul, allowing Camila Cardoso to enter the game in her place. Without Reese's presence in the paint, the Fever capitalized, with Kelsey Mitchell hitting a pull-up jumper from 23 feet off another Clark assist to extend the lead to 37-33. Reese re-entered the game around the 4-minute mark, hoping to turn things around, but her mid-range jumper failed to find the mark. Meanwhile, Clark's teammate Kelsey Mitchell continued to keep the pressure on the Sky, draining a 24-foot three-pointer with an assist from Erica Wheeler, putting the Fever up 40-33. As the second quarter came to a close, Reese managed to make a 20-foot jumper off an assist from Lindsay Allen, bringing Chicago within 5 points, 45-40. But Clark wasn't finished. Just before halftime, she hit another two-point shot, assisted by Aaliyah Boston, giving the Fever a 47-40 lead heading into the break. By halftime, Caitlin Clark had already tallied 18 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds, while Angel Reese struggled to find her groove with just 6 points and 5 rebounds. The difference between the two was becoming more apparent as Clark dominated not only on offense, but also with her playmaking, controlling the pace of the game. The third quarter opened with a technical foul on Aaliyah Boston, allowing Reese to make a free throw, narrowing the Fever's lead to 47-43. However, it was Clark who once again took control of the game. Just minutes into the quarter, after a rebound from Michaela Onyenware's missed three-point attempt, Clark delivered another dagger, this time a 25-foot step-back three-pointer. The Fever surged ahead to 52-43. Despite Reese's continued efforts to fight back, her teammates couldn't match the intensity that Clark brought to the floor. Chicago's Rachel Banham hit a three-pointer to bring them closer at 52-46, but Clark remained unfazed. After a review overturned a flagrant foul call, Clark sank 3 consecutive free throws, extending Indiana's lead to 55-46. Reese tried to regain control, but foul trouble continued to hamper her, and her contributions were limited. By the time the third quarter was winding down, the Fever had built a commanding 14-point lead, 71-57, thanks to Clark's scoring and playmaking. She found her teammates for open shots, hit from beyond the arc, and orchestrated the Fever's offense flawlessly. The Rookie of the Year debate was quickly becoming one-sided. As we entered the fourth quarter, the game felt almost out of reach for the Sky, who were down 78-64. Reese was reinserted into the game but could only manage a defensive rebound on the first possession. Shortly after, Clark and the Fever pushed the lead to 84-66, with Clark assisting Aaliyah Boston for a mid-range jumper. Reese's struggles persisted as she committed another foul and then watched as Clark hit yet another three-pointer. By this point, the Fever's lead ballooned to as much as 27 points, with Clark continuing to pile on points and assists. Reese managed to score on a layup in the final minutes, but it was too late to affect the outcome of the game. The Sky had no answer for Clark, who continued to dominate, finishing with 31 points, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds. Reese ended the game with 10 points and 11 rebounds, securing her 23rd double-double of the season, which set a new rookie record in the WNBA. However, her individual achievement was overshadowed by Clark's all-around performance. By the time the final buzzer sounded, the Fever had secured a 181 victory over the Sky. Caitlin Clark didn't just win the game, she solidified her status as the clear frontrunner for Rookie of the Year. Her ability to control the game from start to finish, combined with her historic performance of 31 points and 12 assists, left no doubt about her impact on the league. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more WNBA content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Baller Queens community. We've got more stories, more highlights, and more debates coming your way.